And on Grand Prix Sunday, it is time for Formula 2 to take centre stage for the feature contest in round 8 of our season. And what a venue we have to come the 22 Drivers' Way, 5.8 kilometers, 3.6 miles. We have 29 laps for the feature contest, 2 DRS zones, 1 running down the Wellington Straight, 1 later on in the lap down the Hangar Straight, 18 turns, not a lot of elevation change, but why do we need that if we have such a good circuit? It is time to take a look at our starting grid. We'll do it from back to front. Zane Maloney for Rodin is alongside Juan Manuel Correa, who will go from 21st. Pepe Marti is alongside Taylor Barnard, who starts in 19th. It's an all Van Amersfoort row, with Villagomez behind his experienced teammate Fittipaldi. Ollie Behrman has a penalty. He's alongside Zach O'Sullivan for ART. The American Jack Crawford is alongside Roman Stanek, who starts in 13th place. Isaac Hadjar is another driver with a penalty, and he's alongside Amory Cordial. Josh Durksen, another driver with a penalty, and he's alongside Gabriel Bortoletto. Franco Colapinto is alongside Miney, who has the possession of P7. Dennis Hauger is next to Richard Vishaw. The experienced driver will go from 5th. Inside the top 2 rows, it's Ritomo Miata alongside Andrea Kimi Antonelli. And on the front row, it's Victor Martins alongside Estonia's Paul Aron. It is time for the feature race. Here come the lights. And Formula 2 is go at Silverstone. Paul Aron's got a good start. Victor Martins will be tucking in directly in behind as we head to Abbey Corner. The battle that we'll be looking for is going to be for P3. Miata trying to get ahead of Andrea Kimi Antonelli. Will he be able to do it? The Japanese driver, we go on board with him, and he is still in behind as we make our way through. Aron, Martins, Antonelli is our top 3. It's single file for the most of the field, unless your name is Jack Crawford. He's next to Roman Stanek as he tries to put some pressure on the Trident driver. As we go on to the Wellington Straight for the first time in this feature race, we're on board with Taylor Barnard, and he can see the 2 Van Amersfoorts going side by side directly ahead. That's Fittipaldi, that's Villagomez. That's not a lot of margin between the 2 of them. Correa trying to go on the charge, the driver that started in 21st. Let's see whether we can get a place on Taylor Barnard as we go on to the old start finish straight. It's still going to be super tight for the Van Amersfoorts, and that'll be Villagomez to the inside of Fittipaldi, and he'll move through when we go through Copse Corner. And further back, Barnard is ahead of Correa as well. And those were some of the battles going on further back. No battle between 1st and 2nd. Paul Aron still has the possession of P1 as we go on to the Hangar Straight. But Martins looks close. Martins looks like a driver who will want to try and take that lead away very, very shortly. Look how close it is. Through Copse. And then we head to some fast, iconic corners in motor racing. Maggots, Beckett's, followed by the Chapel Curve, followed by the Hangar Straight. A Hangar Straight which will have DRS. Could it be the opportunity that the Frenchman Victor Martins needs to take the race lead, which belongs to High-Tech's Paul Aron? Here comes Victor Martins with DRS. Close to the grass. He's going to risk it all the way around the outside of Stowe Corner. Martins trying to take the lead away. He's done all of the hard work. Now if he can pick his braking spot for Wales, he'll be in the lead, and that's exactly the case. Victor Martins hits the front in the Formula 2 feature race as he takes the lead. Let's see how he did it. I mentioned he was close to the grass, and that's going to happen in a couple of meters time. There we go. And as I mentioned, if he could just keep his foot in through Stowe on the exit, he would have a chance if he can pick his braking spot, and that's what he did. A nice controlled move from Victor Martins. So Victor Martins got the lead a couple of moments ago. Will Paul Aron be able to take it immediately back into the braking zone? Huge lock up for Aron. Wait, no! Paul Aron with an issue! Aron with smoke from the rear of the car! We thought it was a lockup momentarily. It's much worse than that! That will be the end of Paul Aron's race. His engine is gone and he's going to drop down the order. Such a disappointment for the man who started on pole. We thought it was a lockup. You'd expect a lockup at a part of this circuit if you see smoke from the rear, but we did get smoke from the rear, but it wasn't from the tyres. It was from the back of the car. Antonelli getting smoke from his view. And that was the end of Paul Aron's race. You have to feel for him. With the demise of Paul Aron, the chance for Andrea Kimi Antonelli is there to go on the attack. And he's going to go even closer to the grass as he tries to make the move. That was super tight. And that was very nearly the end of two more contenders' race. And it would have been two more leading contenders. That's late on the brakes, and that was a lockup for Antonelli. It was a late lunge from Durksen on Miata, and that could leave him vulnerable, because here comes Richard Verschoor all over the curb onto the Hamilton straight, and it's going to be the fastest lap of the race, and an opportunity for Colapinto, who's gonna roar through into turn one. Colapinto takes the place as he moves up to fifth, and there was so many drivers in contention near the end of the lap. Watch this. Durksen is gonna dive bomb. There'll be a lockup for Antonelli, as I mentioned. Over the curb for Durksen in a big way. Verschoor's going to go over the inside curb as well in a few moments. Here we go. Durksen all out of shape, pushing Verschoor onto that curb and then onto the Hamilton straight. And it was Durksen who had the position. Wow. Super tight. Somehow the top few are still in the same order. But look how tight this is going to be for Verschoor. It's going to be a pinch point. Oh, over that curve. And then you're going to see the driver from Argentina roar by. That was the moment Colapinto took the place. And this is how it was. We're getting all of the angles that we all need for these amazing couple of corners by the gallery right now. And this is how Colapinto got his foot down. Took Abbey corner and took the position as well. Didn't work last time for Kimi Antonelli. Does it work this time? He's on the grass very nearly again. And it's very nearly a repeat of last time, just a little bit less dramatic. This time around, Martins hangs on to the lead. But for how much longer will he be able to do it? Because it's going to get a bit too aggressive at some point. That's late on the brakes. And Joshua Durksen with a late lunge to move up into third position. Into the braking zone once again, and that's going to be a lockup. That is going to be a big lockup for Miata, and does it open the door? Colapinto will be loving this part of the circuit in a few moments if he can get another driver. By the time that we get down to turn one, this DRS train is being broken. Colapinto around the outside through Abbey corner. He's inching in front, and Argentina will have another moment in this race to cheer about because Colapinto is moving up to fourth. On board we go with the Invicta of Kushmani, who is on the back of Dennis Hauger. We are going to now see an opportunity. Does Antonelli go for it again? He's going to have to make a decision. Oh, Durksen's going to roll on by. That was super late on the brakes from Joshua Durksen, who is coming alive in this feature race as he's moving up to second. Next up is the race lead. Next up is Victor Martins as Miata tries to take P4 back away from Colapinto. What an F2 race this is turning into. Just take a look at this. Miles back from downtown when he applied the brakes. Kind of scared Antonelli off the road. These two drivers who both bypassed Formula 3 straight to Formula 2 from Freckart. Both reignited on the circuit. But it's Durksen who's moving on by. Here we go, the Formula 2 pit lane train. Victor Martins doesn't want to be a part of it. Where's he going to be though in comparison? Antonelli is going to be ahead. Kimi Antonelli hits the front as it is huge action. Durksen getting past Miata. Durksen getting past Martins. And I mean, I wasn't even that sure whether that sentence would be correct because he could have also got past Colapinto had he been a little bit more later on the brakes. But at that point, I think we were getting to contact territory. Wow. Joshua Durksen is coming alive in the braking zones today, isn't he? Just take a look at this. So, to the side is Ritomo Miyata. He's going to do him all the way around. He's not going to be happy with that. He wants a bit more. He gets past, and as you can see, he was so close to Colapinto. Man, that was so tight. As they went through right before the hanger straight, Joshua Durksen looks like a driver who wants to win this race. First of all, he's got to take second place. He's got Colapinto ahead, but for how much longer? When we head down to Stowe Corner, there is no more. Williams liveried car ahead. The MP's been cleared. Next up is Kimi Antonelli, if he wants to go on and win this race. On board with Pepe Marti, well, it's going to be a battle for 19th, for 20th, and you've got Maloney directly in behind as well. You've got one AIX charging at the front, one AIX stuck behind. Let's take a look at Zane Maloney. This is how he got past Taylor Barnard. Barnard struggling in this contest as Maloney went on by. Nothing really Barnard could do. And here we go! The F2 Silverstone train has been reignited, but who's going to be the leader when we get down to Stowe Corner? Durksen's having a look, Durksen's making the move, and Joshua Durksen for Paraguay is taking the lead. The man carrying the hopes of a nation will be getting a big cheer from that country because he has taken the lead. He's got past Antonelli, and what a story this is. Both drivers who bypassed Formula 3 from Freca and went straight to Formula 2, both at the front of the field. Durksen very nearly dipping a tyre into the gravel. What a train at the front to win this one. And here we go. It's going to be the move. Antonelli trying to retake the position around the outside of Stowe Corner. He's been here before, and this time he'll complete the move. Antonelli takes the lead. Durksen fights back immediately. That is outrageous on the brakes from Joshua Durksen. Antonelli's going to take it back a couple of meters later. And when we go on to the Hamilton Straight, it's going to be the move complete. Does Durksen try risk it into Abbey Corner? Surely not. Surely not. We know how Durksen has been in this race, but surely he wasn't going to go for it into Abbey Corner. Now the road opens up a little bit more, and that's where we see another late lunge from Durksen. Stanek with the fastest lap. He's the driver in 12th, the driver in 1st, the driver in 2nd are really going at it, and it could open the door for the driver in 3rd. That is Franco Colapinto, as Martin tries to fight back in this one as well. Laps will be ticking. Laps will be running out. What a race this is turning into! Durksen again! Durksen's got it! Up to the lead! That is incredible! From Joshua Durksen! Back to the lead of this Formula 2 feature race. Can Kimi Antonelli fight back? Dimension 2021. To Cops Corner we go. Okay. Now this feels like it was hours ago. We've had so much action. We've had so much Durksen Express going on in the meantime. And there's one of them. Antonelli won't be a happy driver. Everyone else, calm, collected. Durksen, late on the brakes, going as close as possible. Making it banger racing, basically. But he's a driver with a lot of confidence. A driver who wants to go on and win this race. Antonelli will want to do the same. Brilliant from Josh Durksen. He's making moves where you don't expect it. Just take a look at this. Just take a look at this. This was the move that came out of nowhere. Absolutely brilliant. And to the front of the field. And Juan Manuel Correa navigating his way through Maggots Beckett. Oh, he's gonna have a similar issue to Paul Aron And that's not what he wants at all. As the rest of the field go on by. Is this the moment for Kimi Antonelli to take back the lead? A clear defensive shape is thrown by Durksen, which means Antonelli is going to go all the way around the outside. And when they next arrive in our shot, will the red and white Prema be through? He will. And he was very decisive with his defensive move there. He knew that Durksen would fight back. And with that very late move by Antonelli, it means Durksen was under pressure. Joshua Durksen trying to retake the lead. Back to the outside. And this has been a train that's been going on ever since the start. It's involved so many different drivers. It's going to go all the way to the end. And around the outside this time goes Durksen, as Durksen makes the move and takes P1 in this race. Who's going to win this? This is going to be so incredible to find out who's going to take the victory. Antonelli under a bit of pressure from Colapinto. The DRS will get them all closer to the man in the lead, and his name is Josh Durksen. Into Stowe corner. In a few moments time we're going to arrive at the corner that we're going to arrive on the straight, the Hamilton straight, which bears the name of the driver that Antonelli will be replacing at Mercedes. Durksen though trying to forge a way through into Formula 1, and he absolutely has a chance of that when he's put in a performance like that. Joshua Durksen crosses the line to win the feature race for Formula 2 at Silverstone.
Yeah, very good job, guys, very good job.
Yes! Yes, guys, come on!
The man carrying the hopes of a nation. Could Paraguay get an F1 driver? If he continues like that, every possibility is there. Antonelli has to settle for second place today. Colapinto will be in third. A deserving top three. Victor Martins in fourth. Ritomo Miata is in fifth for Rodin. Hauger's in sixth. Miney is in seventh. Bortoletto's in eighth. Vachor is in ninth. And Isaac Hadjar is in 10th. We of course follow the Formula 1 point system on Grand Prix Sunday in the feature race for F2. Stanek set the fastest lap, but he won't get the point for it. And it's Cordial, O'Sullivan, Behrman, Crawford, Villagomez, Fittipaldi, Marti, Maloney, and Barnard. And our retirements, of course, were Juan Manuel Correa and Paul Aron.